We are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 188. And I'm joined once again by our good pal, SP Andersen. And tonight it's going to be a little different because it's off the cuff. It's uncensored, if you will, because we don't have GMSP. We just have our good pal, SP in the building.
No strings on me, Raymond. No more strings on me, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, brother? How's everything?
Oh, I couldn't be better, man. It's been a few weeks of ups and downs, but here we are. We are a few days before Mount Olympus, and let's get right into it.
Definitely, we are on the road here to Mount Olympus. It's been a busy week. Again, I've been trying to get a hold of you. You've been doing your preparation. You're getting ready.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see you. You're good. You're good to go. But I guess there's no other way to start this episode here without asking the question everyone wants to know. SP, what are you doing, brother? Like, I've known you for a good while now. We've had our conversations. Hell, the last episode, I thought that was the last convo I might have with you. I thought you were done. You were leaving us. Well, I might have been told by a little pigeon you weren't leaving fully, but hey, who knows? But okay, Mount Olympus is coming this Saturday. Again, if you guys have been living under a rock, last week we did Titan Week. We're getting ready. We're on the road. I talked to many competitors that are going to be in that rumble, but the common consensus was this: SP is going to be an entrant. So talk us through this, brother, because again, I know you're no stranger to the squared circle. You've wore the stripes, you wore the suit, you've gone in the middle of some huge disputes. But to enter a match like this, over 39 competitors are going to be in that ring. And you decide, you know what? Throw my name in the hat.
Yeah, man. Well, like you said, in my 21 years, I've done pretty much a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And, my 3 years as the GM at Titan were great. I made a lot of connections. I networked a lot. I made a lot of friendships, we'll call them business friendships. Made a lot of enemies, a few enemies, not too many. But when I resigned as GM and I decided to take on this role as Flash Carter, my son's manager, full time, there was something left undone for me. I have been in the ring as a competitor before twice. I'm 2-0 actually. Will it be 3-0? Who knows? But Mount Olympus, it's a match that I helped create at Titan. It's a match I helped name at Titan. And it's kind of my legacy a little bit at Titan. You look at the winners we've had there. Steve Monster Mac, Johnny Moran, Anthony Gangone defended his title there last year, So now November 4th, it's Mount Olympus number 4. And I want to make my mark. I want to step in there and go toe-to-toe with some of the best wrestlers that I've had the honor of working with. In my time as GM, I've gotten to know some of these guys pretty well. And I think that honestly is going to serve me in that match. And don't forget, I won't be in there alone. Hopefully, my son will be out there at the same time with me. More on that a little later. There he is.
Look at that, which I can imagine. That's the hope right there. That's the hope, to be able to have that advantage of the father-son duo. Mm-hmm. Or again, like you mentioned, there's some people that you have close relationships with that maybe that'll come into play.
People might realize. You might be surprised when we get out there. I've seen Monster Max saying, you hope you don't get out there alone with me. I might have somebody bigger in my back pocket than Monster Max.
Well then, because I do want to bring this up. I do want to bring up some of the names again that unfortunately I don't know if you're too friendly with SP. Like the good brother himself, the main attraction, the Don, TJ Marconi. Because unfortunately you've taken a boot once or twice.
Oh, I've taken a boot, I've taken a choke slam, I've taken a power bomb on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
I might have been knocked down on one of those power bombs once.
It happens, unfortunately.
I always got back up, though. I mean, I haven't had the mispleasure of running into Joe Ocasio.
I was going to say, unfortunately, though, I've seen what Joe Ocasio's mentality is right now. He's looking to be the Long Island landmine for the ring. He's looking to be explosive when it comes to this Mount Olympus.
All these guys too. I mean, Bougie's back. He's somebody I've had a lot of respect for over the years. And Mac, obviously, we've had our run-ins before. I think we're on a good level right now. I named him the new GM along with Billy's blessing.
I would hope you and Mac again, because Theo has a lot to prove still. He's looking to show.
Oh, he's going to toss my ass right over the top if he gets the chance. All those guys. Much as we might be pals, like,
this is true.
I'm the Titans here, you know, and even though there's not that traditional title shot on the line, you have to believe that whoever wins this match is going to be right there at the top. I mean, when I was GM, that would be the deal. You know, they'd be right up there. So
I do have to say, even if it's not announced, I feel like winning a match like this, it only can mean one thing.
Yeah.
If you're at the top of Mount Olympus, PJ Savage can't look too far away from it.
You can't ignore it. And being at the top of that, too, isn't just big at Titan. That's big everywhere. Like, people take notice when you win Mount Olympus. It's not just like, oh, some indie had a battle royal or a Royal Rumble and you know, so-and-so. Like,
but also when you look at it again,
traditionally have been amazing. So
when you look at the lineup in there, because again, we look at this poster, a lot more men in there that are going to be in there this Saturday. A lot more Titans. So it's one of those where you never know who could possibly win this. The likes of Joey Conway in there. There's so many people that are going to be in this. You never know what could happen.
Like I said, Ray, I don't mean to cut you off, you know, but you asked why I'm doing this, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not a wrestler. I think everybody knows I'm not a wrestler. I've been in the business 21 years, and I've learned from a lot of the best wrestlers in the business, you know, like guys like Nova and guys like, you know, Crowbar way back in the day, and Ace Darling, and a lot of these guys I watched growing up, Slayer. And I'm not a wrestler. I know a couple things, but I'm a fighter. I can fight. I fought my whole life. Everything I've gotten in my life, I fought for. Nothing's ever been given to me, especially in wrestling. So you can guarantee and you can bet your ass that I'm coming for a fight on Saturday.
Got you. And I wouldn't expect anything less. I can't wait to be in the building. Because again, if you've lived under a rock, you know, Respect the Craft will be in attendance.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be in there alongside Beyond the Barricade, alongside John Blaine. Great podcast going to be in there. A lot of great people are going to be there. And everyone is coming in to see Mount Olympus and see who's going to walk out.
And traverse the mountain. Or, you know, maybe I'm out there as a decoy. Maybe it's all about Flash Carter, you know?
Hey, that could be a good idea as well. Take some of the heat away from Flash. Take some of the... Hey, who knows? Again, the future's bright. You never know what could happen. But again, just the names that are in there, the size that it's in there. It's going to be one that you guys are going to want to be there. If you haven't already, make sure you're getting your tickets. And we've given away 4. Before we end the night, I'm going to give away 1 more. So stay tuned to that before we jump off here.
If nothing else, buy tickets to see me get the crap kicked out of me. I mean,
that's also something that could happen again.
Out there that would love to see me get my block knocked off. So I mean, buy tickets, come to the show, watch me get the crap kicked out of me. I mean,
that could happen again. There are 39
folks.
39 competitors that might want some of, or at least 38, because we know Flash Carter is going to want to be there with his pops, want to try to get a win. Who knows?
Yeah.
So let's ask this, the hypothetical question of, what if it comes down to you and Flash? Let's put that in the air. Let's put that in the atmosphere.
It's a good question.
What happens if the final 2 are good old SP and Flash Carter? What happens there?
I don't know. I mean, you know, what would happen if it was Axe and Smash? You know, what would happen if it was Marty and Sean? You know, somebody might get kicked through a barbershop window.
I was going to say, we know how one of those ended.
Flash can throw a hell of a lot better super kick than I can. So I think the favor might be his there. But, you know, if it comes down to the 2 of us, who knows, you know?
Hey, I got you. And again, I can imagine.
My son in and I duck under, he rolls over the top. I mean,
hey, again, you never know. Like I said, I had this conversation with Nettie last week. I said, who doesn't want to see good old SP versus PJ Savage?
Is Nettie in the Rumble? Is that what you're telling me?
No, she is not. She's
going to be taking the lovely. I wouldn't mess with Nettie, man.
She's going to be taking the lovely pictures outside.
She'll blind you with the Flash and then throw your ass over the top rope.
See, that's a good weapon though, because again, just Flash. Maybe that's what Flash needs to be doing. Walk around with a portable Flash and just see. There you go.
Flash cutter, I'll get him. Flash cutter.
There you go. There you go. But SP, I do want to hear your thoughts on another match. I know you're not the GM anymore, but now you're able to give me some unbiased opinions here. You're not the GM, so now we're able to hear your true thoughts on this. Yes. So I want to hear your thoughts on this match right here. Yeah. I want to hear what you have to say on this championship match right here, as it's the TCW middleweight champion, the new middleweight champion, I should say, and the greatest showman, Jocko, taking on a good friend of mine, Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone.
Let's see, where do we start? You know, me and Ant have a little bit of a history, right?
Yes, you do.
I respect the hell out of Anthony Gangone. Everything he does in and out of the ring, whether he has bad intentions behind him or not, he's the best in the business in my mind. Very shocked, honestly. I love PJ too, but it got me when PJ beat him. I was very surprised. I thought Ant was going to hold that title for a long, long time. Not to say that PJ is not a worthy champion. He's amazing. He deserves every accolade that he's getting. But look at Jocko too. Look at the path that Jocko's traveled. You know, had a rough time in Titan when he decided to become a singles competitor. You know, when he broke away from Face and PJ and that whole group. You know, Jocko had a rough go of it for a while. He was doubting himself for a while, beating himself up after matches. I know after one show, we sat for about 10 minutes and just had a long talk, a man-to-man. When I was GM, I was, of course, doing my job, but
of course,
doing it as a friend, you know, because I could see that he had something inside of him that wasn't coming out, and he didn't know how to express it. And I think you saw he found it, you know, he found it, and he's looked very impressive in his last 3 or 4 matches. And I couldn't be happier for him. Now as the new middleweight champion, he beat a hell of a champion, Ray Kalitri. Give Ray his flowers, man. Over a year, middleweight champion at Titan, champion other places as well. Like,
yep.
Ray Kalitri is no joke, you know, and you know, what's his future? Who knows? But, you know, Jocko and Anthony Gangone is going to be, I think, one of the showcase matches that we've had at Titan in the last 3 years. I can't wait. And I don't have any stake in it, you know?
No, I got you. No, I just wanted to see. I wanted to hear,
you know?
Like I said, you have the unbiased opinion now, but
can't
before
wait.
we keep going here, I do want to bring someone in, a little bit of surprise here, because again, we mentioned him earlier. He's going to be part of the Rumble as well. Let's bring him right on in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Flash Carter.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you well. What's going on, brother? How's everything?
Nothing, man. How you guys doing?
What's up, kid?
Good.
What's up, Dad?
All good.
Yo,
there we go.
Look at that collection behind. Look at the Star Wars. I love it. My collection is not as good here. I got a couple things
nice
over
background,
here.
right?
There you go.
Man. That's
there you go. Gotta love the nice background there. Again, I gotta fix up mine. Like, I have so much to show off, but all we have is a fucking painting right there. But it is what it is.
Those are lovely flowers.
Those are beautiful flowers. You got your flowers, right?
It's not mine. Again, my nice collection's over there, but we'll show it another day. But Flash, welcome to the show here. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
But before I get to the question, I do want to shout out Magic in the chat here.
Hey,
I guess throwing some flowers at Anthony Gangone there, saying one of the best Funhouse champions. So let's get into this, Flash. Again, you are going to be in the Rumble. Yes. You are going to be a part of Mount Olympus this Saturday, alongside, again, I was trying to get to the root of it. Your father's going to be in there. SP's in the Rumble.
Listen, there's a lot of firsts for me this year. It's my first Mount Olympus at Titan, and just like everything else, my dad is by my side. I know he has my back, and this time he's going to be in the ring actually watching my back physically.
Yes, sir.
So let's get into your thoughts on that, because I can imagine, again, you're ready. You've been this close to holding Titan Gold already, and now you have a shot here in Mount Olympus. 39 other competitors. If you're able to climb it, there is no questioning you are truly one of the top in Titan. But again, your dad's in there, so your thoughts on what's going on with that and what could possibly happen with both of you in that squared circle.
The first thing I have to mention is it's a very big match, like you said. There's 40 competitors in there. I might not even see my father in there. It's the luck of the draw. We don't know when we're coming out. He could be number 1, I could be number 40, or vice versa.
This is true.
The big if is if.
I'm not number 1. I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna be 3. Shit.
The big if is if we're in there together.
Yeah.
But if we are in there together, Titan better watch out, because
Yes,
we are not like any other father-son duo that Titan Championship Wrestling has ever seen. See, we have a chemistry, we have a bond that goes far beyond wrestling, all right? We share so many mutual interests, so many experiences together. We train together, we film together, we do all this stuff. And we have an unbreakable bond that you're going to see if we get the chance to put it on display in that ring this Saturday.
Got you. Understood. But SP, I'm gonna put you just away for 1 second. You're gonna be in the waiting room. I want to ask Flash something, but I want to make sure it gets just to him. We're gonna be right back with us. Okay. Because I have to ask you now that he's not here. I have to ask if, again, a big if it comes down to you and SP, what's going on here, brother?
Listen,
he's not here right now, so
if it comes
just
down to me and him, I think he would want what any father would want, and that's for his son to have the glory. So I would expect for him to just hop over that top rope and give me the victory right then and there.
Okay, understood.
You
okay,
know,
we're gonna got you.
I mean, if he were to do something and turn his back on me, that's a different story. But I don't think he would ever do that. I trust him.
Got you. Again, I just wanted to ask that. We're gonna bring him in now. So it's just you and me.
Fine,
we only us heard that answer. Okay, SP. Again, I just wanted to ask him something.
Sound booth. I was in the soundproof booth.
He was looking at some of the Legos back there.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
So we're all good now. We're all good. But okay, Flash. Again, thank you again for joining us here. But I do have to ask you, because we skipped through it, but because it's your first time here, I have to ask you the question. You've seen the name of the show. It's called Respect the Craft. So for you, Flash Carter, when you hear that term though, the craft, what does that mean to you?
It means when like I'm out with my friends and I just randomly fall down on the ground in pain and like hold my chest, and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Dude, I worked like 3 matches this weekend. I got put through a table by this dude, and then this guy gave me a stiff shot." So it's a lot more than, just putting on a fancy outfit and going out and playing dress up. It's the life that comes with it. It's the sacrifices, all the parties I missed in college, because every Saturday night I was out paying my dues, working another show, all that kind of stuff. So respecting the craft is about respecting what goes into the business and not just what you see.
Gotcha, definitely.
Look at that, Ray. Did this boy learn right or what?
There you go. I like it. Again,
getting his degree from Temple. All right. living in Philadelphia, avoiding getting shot and his car broken into every freaking day.
1 year ago today, my car was broken. I got the flash.
Not once, twice.
No.
And he still was working shows every weekend. He still was taking the drives. He still was getting out there and making his name. Now, that's more than 99% of the workers out on the indies will do today. These guys can't be bothered to make a promo. These guys can't be bothered to go out and drive to a show somewhere. This kid was going to college, making his way in his world and paying his dues all the while. And he had no help from me, honestly, for 21 years. Like, I had no idea he even wanted to be involved in wrestling.
About 20 he showed up.
It's crazy. The kid, utmost respect to you, kid. Like, you really have done it, man. And a lot of people wouldn't have the strength and the fortitude to do it. So way to be.
Gotcha.
Wait, SP, one second again. Wait, so he was out of your life for 20 years and he's still, that's a lot of, a lot of money that he owes you now, I feel like.
He does. And then he turned up one day at Grimm's show, if you know that.
Yeah. Shout out to Grimm's Story Show,
Yeah. And, he wanted to be back in my life. He said, kid, I see you're wrestling now. You're following in your old man's footsteps. And I finally want to be there. And I'm all about second chances. I'm a good guy. So I was more than happy to let him in. And he's been great ever since.
Understood. We're going to bring him back. But I just want to be like, wait, so that's a lot of money he possibly owes you. But I'll get
Yeah. He missed out on the crucial child support years.
Yeah. But hey, SP, how's everything? How's everything, brother? Again, we apologize. Just wanted to check on something.
You guys are killing me, man.
Yeah, it's more like that.
Yeah. We just wanted to check on something.
He didn't do too bad. I mean, if you look behind him, I mean,
Again, he's okay.
Favor.
But let's keep it going. Let's get into it again. It is Mount Olympus. We talked about just the amount of talent in there. We talked about the possible opponents you might be in there with. And again, Flash, I have to ask you, because the lineup is pretty stacked. Again, we got your pops in there. We got SP, but we have the likes of TJ Marconi, Joe Ocasio, Steve Mack, Jay Bougie making his way back.
And Powers.
Yeah. So, Flash, is there anyone that's catching your eye that you want to possibly share that ring with on?
There's been some stuff on social media going around lately, and I would be remorse if I didn't say that I was paying attention to some of the stuff that TJ Marconi has been saying. He had some words about me and Jay Evans possibly being the DJ boys over here. Well, I'm not sure what that means, but we'll definitely be there this Saturday, and we'll be representing not DJs, but my family. And we're going to be fighting for the right to put my family on the board for gold in Titan.
That's right.
There you go. There you go. Understood. And again, I can imagine Public Enemy knows how to get you with his words. He's definitely a man that he plays those mind games very quickly. So
he's definitely a guy I wouldn't mind having SP in the ring with me to help deal with.
Hey, not for nothing. I've been in the ring with him before and gotten the best of him. I mean, you could ask him about that, but we can't get too much into that on a Titan show, even though I'm not the GM anymore.
Yeah, and again, you're able to say what you want now, SP.
Actually, I can be fired a lot easier now, so I'm going to shut up.
This is true because again, another man in that ring that is the new GM. So let's not do that. Let's not.
Just talking more about the level of competition and stuff. I think it's really great at Titan. It's never been this high before. And me personally, I like it when I'm in the ring with the bigger guys. I feel like it gives me a little more chance to show off my guts, show off my athleticism and what I'm capable of in there versus a guy just like my size or smaller. I like going against the big guys. It's a challenge.
Gotcha. No, definitely. And again, the size is part of this rumble there. You have the likes of TJ, you have Mac, you have Wrecking Ball Legursky making his way back to Titan. So again, the names
up in there.
It's gonna be a lot. You have Ken Powers.
So being there from Funhouse.
Yep. So there's a lot of.
But I will say this. Being of my build may not look advantageous in a Royal Rumble until the day of, because when it comes to push comes to shove, people start grouping up, unlikely alliances form, and they want to get those big guys out. All right. You said Public Enemy number one. Well, there's a couple Public Enemies over there. Anyone with a big stature is going to have a target on their back for the whole rest of the other 39 guys to want to eliminate.
TJ's going to have a target on his back as much as he's been talking lately, So if he's in there with 5 or 6 guys, 5 or 6 guys are going after TJ Marconi.
Well, then, again, I can imagine that's something he is not too surprised with because the man, again, man of his size, but also let's not forget this man is going to be there. The legend himself, the icon Magic, will be a part of the Rumble, and he's saying, "LOL, what do you think you two are going to win when I got my?" Oh, he wants to make his own claim at winning that Funhouse and Titan Gold.
Oh, let's go, Sensei.
I don't know. I mean, we could use a little veteran leadership. Maybe we get Magic on board. What do you think?
Hey,
anything's possible.
A bit of a veteran myself. I don't know if Magic's gonna. I want to square up with the Sensei, man. Let's go.
I don't know, man. You might want to listen to Flash on this one. Get a little bit of
Magic. Magic. Like George Foreman. I'm gonna throw a left and a left and a right. And you're not going to see it coming, Magic. Oh, the former GM's coming for you, baby. Watch out.
Oh, well, now we know. SP is ready for all comers there.
You know what, Ray? I've had a hell of a few weeks. I had COVID. I didn't even think I was going to be able to make this show. I was in Arizona. I got home. I was sick as a dog. I thought it was because the Phillies choked in 7 games. No, it was because I had COVID, bro. And I felt like death for about 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden, I felt Mount Olympus coming. I felt the energy coming, brother. I felt the power of the SP Maniacs flowing through my blood, brother. They were texting me, they were calling me. People at Titan were calling me and checking on me. It willed me back to health, man. And I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to mix it up. Me and my son, we're climbing that mountain, baby. Let's go.
Got you.
We're not just climbing it. We're
Domination. Let's go.
That's what we want to hear again. That's a true test right there.
Jumbo checking in on the Titan action. What's up, my man McGrady?
Look at that. There you go. He has his money on you guys. Again, I'm staying unbiased with this. So I can't say
his ass there. Jim McGrady busts his ass on every show he works. More people should book him. He's a good guy.
There you go. Shout out to the Jumbo ref right there.
Yes, sir.
But now let's talk about this because I want to get both of your opinions on this because I can imagine Flash is looking at all competitors, looking at possible gold. So let's talk about this as it's going to be the TCW and Funhouse heavyweight championships on the line. PJ entering this new era, the Savage era, and he'll be defending against an old friend, the capo himself, Chris Cage. So I want to hear from you guys. Flash, especially going in there as a competitor, how are you watching this, especially because I can imagine that TCW gold is on your horizon.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to both those competitors. They're great in that ring, but PJ has been on another level recently. Ever since he called out Gangone a couple months ago, I can remember, he's been laser focused. It's like they talk about Tom Brady. He just has that drive to win, the want to dominate, and that's what PJ has right now. He's just on a different level, and it was another type of atmosphere in Hoboken when he won that strap. Oh my God. It was absolutely electric in there. The crowd was going insane. That was one of the greatest moments I think I've seen since I've been at Titan. So that's going to be an insane match, but my money's on the defending champion.
Watch out for Nakamura, man. I know Chris Cage well. You know, I've only met him about 1.5 years ago when I started working with Project. And but he's been around a long time. He knows his way around that ring. If anybody could surprise PJ, I could see it being Nakamura, man.
Oh, definitely. Again, Chris Cage never runs alone, but I can imagine a match like this. He wants to prove it. He wants to almost stick it to TCW management because let's not forget, PJ is on his sights with this, but Chris Cage is also going to be in that Rumble.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you guys were thinking about that number earlier, but you guys have some good luck. You won't be entering at number 1 or 2 because we were informed Chris Cage starts the Rumble at 1. And number 2 will be the new TCW GM, Steve Monster Mack. So
I'm not number 1.
Relief to have him coming in early.
Yeah, so it's
don't want to be in that ring with, all right? He's like a bulldozer in there, especially Battle Royal when all you need to do is make one wrong step and you're over that top rope.
He kicked the hell out of me with a crutch once for calling him out for a fake injury.
Yeah, it happened. And then again, you got Mac in there as well, who he was known for years for tossing people to a wall. Imagine what he's going to do when he has to do that to 39 other competitors. Yeah,
I'm number prime target to be gorilla pressed and out. All right, so if he's in there early, then that's a little more tired he gets by the time I'm in there. I feel a little more confident in my chances the more we go through this podcast.
There you go. There you go. See, I'm giving you guys the good motivation here. That's good. But here we go. Shout out to our good friends.
We're ready, bro.
Shout out to our good friends Wes and Kyle in the chat.
Wes.
Oh, and they got Rocco too. They're giving us a wolf from Rocco. Shout out to them.
Snarl in the business, man. Rocco's got this lip. It goes.
They also will be in the building this Saturday. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you're getting your tickets now to be there for Mount Olympus. See both of these men in action. And again, 38 other competitors inside of that Mount Olympus Rumble and so much more action. You never know what could happen. But also, Flash, I do want to talk to you about this because I can imagine not only are you looking at that TCW heavyweight gold, but you've been a part of the lightweight division. You got to square up in there. But also, I can imagine you're watching out for that middleweight division. We asked SP about his thoughts on that championship match, but let me hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts going on to the new champion, Jocko, and him facing Anthony Gangone this Saturday?
Well, like we said coming in, I think I walked in when SP was putting Jocko over for all his hard work and the amazing stuff he's been doing. But don't undercredit Anthony Gangone. That man has been champion for a reason, all right? He is one of the better veterans in the locker room that I've gotten to talk to over time. And the small bits of information I always can get from him, I love to take that, put that down in my journal, remember that, because I know anything that he says is important. He's making big moves out in the wrestling world, and he is really doing great things. So I'm sure that match is going to be electric. But like you mentioned, I'm a little more light than that. I'm a little more fitting into the lightweight class. So Salim, me and you have a little bit of unfinished business, and I'll put this out there right now. If we ever have that one-on-one match, it's not going to end like it did in Hoboken. It's going to end with Flash Carter and SP Andersen holding up the gold, brother.
Damn right. You had that match too, man. You
had it, man. I hit him with a cutter and everything.
I know it.
Gotcha. No, understood. Again, I can imagine you're watching everything though. You're watching the horizons. SP definitely, I can imagine, gave you a little bit of the playbook, being there as GM for 3 years. It's like, hey, this is what you have to look into. So I got you. I got
an advantage in that Rumble, Ray. I know everybody's strength and weakness in that match. I know them all. I know TJ's weaknesses. I know with that hip and his back, I know I can get him. I know if someone knocks that tree down, man.
Understood.
There are
Understood.
weaknesses
Definitely.
and cracks in all these guys' armor, and I know all of them.
I hear you. I hear. Just one sec, SP. Okay, you might not want to listen to all those because the last time he was in the ring, Johnny Moran and Roxas kind of took his leg. So maybe
Yeah, I remember I was there. I was actually also in the ring.
Just get your own game plan just in case. You never know. Just
I have a backup. Don't worry.
I got you. Just making sure. Just making sure. Oh, SP, you're back. Okay, good, brother. Again, I'm not sure what's
be like cutting out or something.
Yeah, man, we got to work on that. I don't know what's happening there with the internet connection.
Yeah, Ethernet set up.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yeah,
Johnny Moran whooped my ass with that chair. But I was being choked out by it. Yeah, I heard everything. Little tricksters. I got a little monitor over here. I'm keeping an eye on you too.
You might want to switch to that connection because
I'm going to tell you right now, those two guys are two of the most dangerous people in this company, especially as tag champs. But like I told you, man, don't underestimate me. That's Anthony Gang.
They look wrong graphic. Sorry, but I'm trying to look for this graphic right here.
There it is. Open challenge. Now let's talk about an open challenge because last time Johnny Moran had an open challenge, it didn't go too well for him.
Unfortunately.
Certainly did not. That was my debut to Titan. And what can I say? It went probably the best way any debut could have went. I was victorious in a little under 10 seconds. And then, unfortunately, the next month, a little trickery came into play, and Aaron Roxas got the better of me, like you were mentioning. Yeah. But like SP just said, Aaron Roxas, Johnny Moran, two very vicious guys. They have no conscience. They will go as far as they need to go in order to get that win. I mean, they've had some great bouts already with Top Flight, with CMD, and I can't wait to see, honestly, the fan in me wants to see who's going to answer this open challenge. There's so many great tag teams out there, and I just want to see if they could step up to the plate and prove they have what it takes to dethrone Moran and Roxas.
Well, then again, I know it's more of a managerial style here, but after the Rumble on Saturday, why not a tag pairing here, SP? What do you think?
I think that's a really bad idea.
This might be a one-time.
There might be a tag team to put together. It just won't involve me. I'll be outside the ring, but like I said, you don't know who's coming.
Is this true? Again, I just had to throw it out there because why not?
We have some connections. All right, we have some calls that we can make. Don't try to.
Calls have been made. Calls have been made. Your pops has got everything on lock, dude.
Yeah, what are you saying, Dad?
Titan's nervous, man. Management's nervous. They heard I was bringing the family. They got nervous.
I'm a little nervous, and I think I don't even know what's going on.
You don't. Nobody does.
Well then, I'm just gonna. I just want to stretch my hand a little bit. That's all. That's
it out, baby.
That's all I was doing. If SP caught my drift, then that works.
Yeah, everything, bro. I don't miss anything.
But no, and again, I can't wait to see what happens. This is why, if you guys haven't already, make sure you're getting those tickets. Make sure you're there. Be a part of this huge night. Again, multiple matches, the 40-man Rumble. It's going to be a night like none other, and that's going to be this Saturday.
Leave that up for a second there, Ray. Leave that picture up. Look at that picture. Look at these guys.
That's a stacked roster right there. And that's just showing, though, what TCW has become. Seeing new faces, some returning faces. It's a good sight right there.
Andrew Paul.
Yeah, Troy Locke coming into the Rumble. Young gun.
It's insane, dude. It's insane.
Look at that. You got Bougie coming back into the Rumble there. You got the Deadly Sins in full effect.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Deadly Sin. That was a interesting conversation last Thursday. I still don't.
Oh.
I hope I'm in good graces. I know I ruffled some feathers with certain questions.
I took my first steps out the door today, and I ended up in a really weird ass place, which you'll see, I think, probably tomorrow or the next day before the show. But I had a weird interaction with Ben Castle. It was really strange, and that's all I can say because I'm still trying to figure out if it was real or not.
Well then,
I honestly, it was a trip.
Are you taking those Ambiens again, Dad?
Hey, I stay away from the Ambiens ever since that incident with the golf guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Just make sure you're okay, SP. We need you there Saturday and all that thing. Oh, then he's out again. But But Flash, I want to ask you this now. Now that you're here, let's talk a little bit more about you because I do want to get into the mind of Flash Carter here. Let's talk, especially when it comes to the in-ring. What was it for you that made you decide? Again, I can imagine your dad's in the business, so it's one of those, hey, I'm a fan of it. But what made you decide wanting to join and step into the ring? What was it that made you decide this isn't just a hobby, this isn't just something I enjoy watching, it's something I want to be a part of?
So I won't lie. When I first got into it, me and my dad were still disconnected. I think the wrestling is what brought him back into
Gotcha.
It was more on my own. You know, I was always a WWE fan. I liked watching wrestling, but I was never too into the indies or anything of that nature. And then I ended up going to college, and I had to give up, you know, basketball and baseball and all the things that I liked to do in high school because, well, I wasn't good enough to do it in college at a D1 level. I went to a really good school, Temple, so definitely wouldn't have been making it there. So I had all this free time now, and I was like, damn, like I really miss, you know, athletics and stuff of that nature. And it was really hard to get on intramurals there. So I was watching Raw one night, and I'm like, you know, I think I could do this. I just end up looking up, there's a school like 20 minutes from me, the Wrestle Factory, which ended up being like a really good school. I had no idea. And I just ended up going to training there. One thing led to another, and I just started meeting people, making connections, and then going out, and I continued my training at a couple other pretty good places. And I'm still trying to get better every day now and still trying to, you know, pay my dues wherever I go. And it's just been a great way of meeting people and having a good time. And I love it.
Gotcha. No, understood. That's definitely one thing I always like to get into the mind of just understanding, making that switch. Because it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I'm into this. I want to watch wrestling. I want to see it. But then to finally decide, let me step in. Let me see how this goes. It's a whole different ballgame.
I'll get like flashbacks on Snapchat and stuff that I sent to my friends in high school where it's like, oh, dude, they should book this and this and this and then do this and this and this. And it's like, oh, like I can't believe like I used to sound like we all did and stuff. And I'm so far on the other side of it. It's like, oh my God, I would never send something like that.
It all happens. It's one of those where it's like before you get to know, you actually know.
Yeah.
We all think we know how this works.
And that's the other thing. The one thing you realize being in the business, you see like sometimes big companies, they'll make like questionable booking decisions. You'll be like, oh, why would they do that or whatever? But then you come to realize there's a million things that could be going on backstage. Like sometimes the stuff going on with the crowd is the least important thing to determining who's going to be over or who's not over in that situation.
Oh, definitely so. And again, this is one of those where when you're in it, you understand why all this has to go the way it does.
Yeah.
Again, usually it's everyone that's on the other side of the guardrail that think, oh yeah, I could do this. And it's like,
And the thing that's like the craziest to me too is like, if you're like from an outsider's point of view, you're like, oh, it's wrestling. It's clearly kayfabe. They're faking this, blah, blah, blah. But then when you get in on it and like some things are a work and some things aren't a work, and then people start talking like they're a work, and then people start talking like it's a shoot, and you just don't know what's real at times. And you're like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
You just got to like kind of take a step back and just be like, all right, just let this dissolve and let other people just kind of like argue it out or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's the best thing you could do because that's how most of this just enjoy the product, enjoy what's being put out.
Super non-opinionated on social media because I don't want anyone on either side getting mad at me. Like you'll never see me taking someone's side if there's like a big Facebook argument, which happens like every third day in the wrestling community.
I was going to say, I feel like that's there's probably one that happened right now as we're speaking. So it's like, you never know with this. It's always
starting something right now. Look at him.
Yeah. Look at that. SP is about to start one. He's tweeting out about what we're saying right now.
I was busy. I'm always making deals because I'm not the GM. Oh, I am technically the GM now. I'm just the greatest manager.
Hey, there. See,
I'm not
that's
manager
it
anymore. Now I'm the greatest manager, and we'll show you that when this kid's wearing all the gold.
There you go. That's the foresight right there.
You're right.
There you go. That's the foresight right there. And here we go. Got Anthony Blackwell in the chat saying Flash is a gem in the business. Much props to him. There you go. Got some love for Flash here.
I got to pop out again to the sanctuary soon.
There you go.
I've never been out there.
Well then, maybe the father-son pairing has to keep moving.
Moran and Roxas might have been keeping me out of there because
Well then. But again, I love to hear it and seeing just that mentality and all of that. And this is what we get when we get SP Uncensored now. He's saying whatever now. He's saying what needs to happen.
Let's go, man.
So you love to see it.
We'll see you out there, Mr. Blackwell.
There you go. You love
See you
to,
out there, my friend.
you love to see it.
Come into the church. Let's go.
Oh, look at that.
You for them too.
Come on, Miranda Rocks are pretty okay.
Throwing a second round pick and it's a deal.
Oh man.
Me and Flash, Moran, and Roxas.
I'm just saying they were pretty okay when I had them on the show. But again,
I remember.
I don't know. Maybe when I have people on, I bring a nicer side out. I guess I don't know what happens.
You're a good guy, Ray. You're a good
I try. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out. Like I said, last Thursday, that was an interesting stream, but it is what it is. But we keep it going here. Let's talk about another thing. I know SP definitely has a lot to say on. Let's talk about this right here and talking about the Community Food Bank of New Jersey.
Yes.
SP, let them know again. The link is in the description down below. We'll let them know a little more about it if they're new to the podcast here.
Well, since January, I've been doing work with the Community Food Bank in New Jersey. They feed families all over New Jersey that are short on funds, that aren't getting their SNAP benefits that they're supposed to be getting. $1 donation equals 3 meals. So you donate $10, you're providing 30 meals. You donate $100, you're providing 300 meals. We've collected about, I think, $1,750 or $1,800 this year, which is great if you look at how many people we're going to feed with that money. Would I have liked it to be a lot higher than that? Yeah, I would have. I wish people would have joined the cause a little bit more, but I'm very happy with what we've raised. And this Saturday, we're going to be collecting as usual. Monetary donations are going to be going to the Community Food Bank, but food donations are going to be going to another place here. Potter's Pantry is a local pantry, I believe, in Bayville, New Jersey.
Gotcha.
They've been struggling to get donations in the last few months. We have Thanksgiving coming up. We have Christmas coming up. We have cold winter holidays where people are going to need help. So please, if you're coming out to the show this weekend, bring those non-perishable food items, bring those female hygiene items, because as much as they should be covered for women, they're not covered on SNAP. So they have to spend their money, and this stuff's very expensive. So basic necessities, people are going without because prices are too high right now. Times are tough. So we need to help our fellow New Jersey residents. So if you're coming to the show, bring some non-perishable items. I'll have a table set up. You can bring them right over. I know Tina Erickson and Titan Kids, they are the future, are going to be helping along. I think we're going to be doing photos in the ring with championship belts for $5 a piece. And I believe all of that money is going to be going to the Community Food Bank, and all the food donations and items are going to be going to Potter's Pantry. So if you're coming, please help us out. And you can go to the website, as Ray had the graphic up before. There's another, I think it's CFBNJ, Body Slam Hunger. There's another link that I'll post on my Facebook too.
Gotcha. No, but again, gotcha. The donation link will be down below as well if you want to do a monetary donation to the Community Food Bank. Again, a little goes a long way. Help out if you can, especially when it's coming to the holiday season. We're getting to the colder times. Definitely, if you're able to help out with both of these great causes here, especially it's the holiday season, so give some holiday cheer, especially from your friends here at Titan Championship Wrestling.
And even if you can't make it out to the show this Saturday, or you don't have anything to donate, like if you see a clothing drive out there, a coat drive, a blanket drive, like think of these socks and stuff. Like there's a lot of homeless people out there. There's a lot of poor people that need stuff, that need clothing, that need basic necessities. So if you see these things going on in your community, just join in. Like if everybody just pitched in a little bit, we wouldn't have a lot of these problems in this country. So just pitch in anywhere you can. That's like my do a good thing, like try to do a good thing every day. And if that weekend you're not doing anything, you want to go to a church and donate time at a soup drive or a soup kitchen, or donate clothes, donate blankets. Like just check with your local church and see what they need. You'd be surprised.
Oh, definitely. So again, it's the little things. It's the little things that mean the most, especially in this time of year and just in general. Again, it's unfortunate to see so many that are in need. And again, if you're able to, just even a little donation, it goes a long way and it helps out, especially in times like this. So if you can, again, link will be in the description down below. But if you're coming on Saturday, make sure, again, monetary donations right here, and then especially bring in some canned goods, bring in some feminine hygiene products. And also, again, I can imagine products for babies as well would be appreciated because wipes and all that are very expensive as well.
Anything, man. Anything will help. Every little bit helps. Hey, Jeanette.
Hey.
Nettie, hey.
There we go. We got Nettie in the chat there. Look at that. She says, look at these
Nettie's
guys.
birthday last week.
Hey, there you go.
That was. Guys, she goes, look at ththese guys over here.
Look at that. I can imagine she's a little more happy to see this guy right here than she is SP. Because, again, she had some comments. She wasn't.
She loves me.
She also questioned, again, you being in the Rumble. Well, so it's one of those where it's just.
Let's be real. Like, anyone in their right mind is questioning why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm 45. I don't have a lot of time left in ring, we'll say. This will probably be the last time you ever see me do something in ring, unless one specific person who I haven't talked to in a while decides that he wants to have the match that we've talked about for a long time. But we'll talk about that at another time. But
gotcha. Understood.
This is probably the last time you see me do something like this. So, I want to get in there and I want to mix it up with the best wrestlers in New Jersey, and if not the East Coast, I want to mix it up with the best, and these guys are the best. And if it takes me getting the hell beat out of me, then it will. But I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to give it my all, and we'll see what happens.
Hey, understand. And again, what an opportunity, none other than this in Mount Olympus. Again, it's one of those, like we'll do the best of the basketball analogy. LeBron wants to do one with his son. Why not SP with his right here? So
yeah, let's go, man.
Why not? Climb the top of Mount Olympus right there.
George Foreman won a heavyweight championship at 45 years old.
Look at that.
All right.
Here we go. Listen, I'm all for opportunities. This might be SP and Flash. Well, not for Flash. I don't see Flash going anywhere anytime soon.
But it is my last opportunity. It is.
I was gonna say Flash still has a very young career ahead of him. So
all joking aside, this is going to be my last chance to do something, and I know a lot of people think it's a joke, and a lot of people think I don't belong in there, but I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Just you wait and see.
Gotcha. No, and again, I'm glad I'm going to be there. Definitely, if you guys haven't already, make sure you're getting your tickets. Be there this Saturday. Like we said, it's going to be a lot of podcast row in there this Saturday, so you never know. We'll have another chat on Saturday as well and get those last minute comments from SP and Flash before they head out there. Because again, when it's all said and done, it's going to be a lot at stake when it comes to climbing Mount Olympus there.
Yes, it is.
But before I let you guys go, Flash, I do have one final question for you because SP has answered it a few times, so I want to hear it from your end. For Flash Carter, what is the end goal?
What is any wrestler's end goal? Make it to the main event of WrestleMania.
There you go. I like it.
I'm not a religious guy, but I say 2 prayers every night before I go to sleep. One that I become a doctor, one that I main event WrestleMania.
There you go. So let's see which comes first. Let's see which comes first.
Yeah, honestly, I might have a better shot at main event WrestleMania before. Like that's still like 10 years down the line. But at least
do everything you want to do, man. You've done everything you've set your mind to so far. I got all the confidence in the world that you'll do whatever you set your mind to.
I always USP.
But no, thank you again to both of you for coming on. I definitely can't wait to see you both on Saturday. And if you guys haven't already, make sure go into the links down below to get your tickets, go donate, and don't forget to follow all of our great guests here on their social media. Make sure you're also following TCW on all their social media right there as well. So you're staying up to date with all things Titan Championship Wrestling, and be there this Saturday. Thank you guys both again for joining us here. SP, always a pleasure. Flash, we definitely have to bring you back on for a full interview because I definitely want to get more into this and get into the mind of Flash Carter here.
Ray, I'm cutting you off. I know you got your outro, but I'm telling you right now, me and Flash are coming to win. So Saturday, y'all better watch your asses.
There you go. You heard it from SP, and it gives us the walk-off. Look at that. Look at that. But Flash, thank you again, brother.
No problem.
We'll hear from your father on Saturday. But to everyone watching, thank you guys. As always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft. And we'll see you guys on the next one.